It's really quiet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Fine. As far as Universal is concerned, it is costing us a lot of money, perhaps $1 million a year. But I, for one, am glad to spend $1 million if it helps to bring back prosperity to this country.
Experimental, prototype, community of tomorrow. Let's have a look.
About being here? What are you gonna do?
I don't know. You know, just lay out in the sun. Meet some boys.
Meet some boys.
Shop.
There's no boys here in Florida.
Singing.
Shop. What are you gonna do?
Not that much.
Why do you ride in the car with them?
Oh, is there a CD player in here? Yes, give me your CD. Give me the CD. Which one? My dad, Eminem. Just listen to the chorus. It's really funny.
I can't explain it.
I think my dad's gone crazy.
A little help from Baby T. Won't you tell him leave it?
I think my dad's gone crazy.
Hope she likes this book. It's a book on acting.
being here. Let me like the movie. We're having a lot of fun. I just want to say thank you again for being here. This is also my Sweet 16, and
Happy birthday, dear Lindsay. Happy birthday to you.
Stop moving in the audience. Lindsay, you deserve this.
Yes, she does.
There we go.
Lindsay, come here. No, seriously, guys, sit here.
you guys can enjoy.
I believe it was in Switzerland. When Dina and I were in Switzerland, when we were engaged, yeah.
And what position do you think it was in?
I don't even want to go there.
Okay.
There's so many different positions.
It's very. So you think in Switzerland she was conceived?
It must have been the altitude. Actually, probably on my hands and knees, because it was our hands and knees. Because it's the first time I ever smoked pot in my life.
Really?
The altitude was so high. For
my
3 days, I couldn't even leave the chalet we're.
And that's why you freaked out.
No, but you're stuck in a chalet for 3 days, so you're gonna have a lot of sex.
No one really liked her because everyone thought she was like stuck up. So like I heard that like she got kicked out of like a lot of Calvin parties and stuff, and no one like really wanted her there.
You're the young Jedi, Lindsay. And you're my Padawan learner, and I'm the Obi-Wan Kenobi of the movie. I will teach you all your lessons that the Jedi leader, or whatever his name is. What are you talking? You don't have to teach you things. You're young, inexperienced, and yet incredibly talented.
She had like a uniform that like they saved like Lindsay Lohan's uniform. I know like she was nice, like some of my older guy friends were friends with her.
Lindsay Lohan is absolutely a 500-watt bull. She's delightful to watch. She's a typical teenager, and she's very wise.
And what a big hit that Freaky Friday turned out to be,
It did
right?
pretty good. I'm happy.
Oh, sure. Now, when we saw you last summer, you had just gotten your driver's license, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Are you using that much? What kind of a car do you drive?
I drive a Mercedes. It's a
Mercedes?
fast car.
Well, excuse us.
That's so much better than the car I have.
You were the first redhead ever to be signed by Ford.
I've heard that too. I don't know if that's true or not, but I've heard that.
So you moved from modeling to acting. How did you make that transition? When you were 6?
When I was like 7, I did my first commercial. I just started going out on commercials just because I really enjoyed it, and I was comfortable in front of the cameras and stuff, and I didn't get anything, and I was like, Mom, if I don't get this commercial today, then I'm never doing this again.
Ow! I hate smoke.
Thanks for warning us, Seymour.
Now I'm stuck here.
Well, let's talk about Mean Girls, because Tina Fey would want us to talk about Mean Girls and not Freaky Friday or The Parent Trap. Tell me a little bit about your character. As I mentioned, she's sought out by the group called the Plastics, who are sort of the vapid, superficial girls, who only care about their looks and being popular.
Let me just make sure that I'm pronouncing it's Lohan, not Lohan.
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 It doesn't really matter.
Sure it does.
No, it doesn't. My family says Lohan. I say just say Lohan.
Your family says Lohan?
Yeah.
And so now you're trying to start a new way to say it?
I'm rebelling against my family.
But don't say the H.
Yeah.
So you're making the H silent, although...
Yeah, it sounds a little better. So.
Yeah.
Now, you were here when you were 12. Do you remember? And I made a big mistake. Do you remember what it was when you were 12?
You pronounced my name wrong.
I did. I can't remember what did I call it? We pulled the tape.
Uh-oh.
Well, here it is. I'm sorry. When I did the billboard before, did I mispronounce your name the first time?
Yeah, you said Leslie.
I did say Leslie. No. What an idiot I am.
Hi, Jay Lemon.
Hi, I'm Jay Lemon. Thank you.
He's Jay Lemon.
I'm sorry I did. See, I was so nervous about meeting you.
I was nervous about meeting you,
Well,
too.
see, it's equal. Now, where are you from?
Long Island.
Oh, you're from Long Island,
Yeah.
like a girl of the Valedictorian.
Yeah, my friend is here.
Oh,
She's
all right.
over there.
No, your friend is out there.
Yeah.
Okay, big family?
Yeah.
How many brothers and sisters?
My brother Michael, he's in the movie.
Yeah.
He's 10 and a half.
Okay.
My sister Aliana, who's like really crazy.
Crazy, how old is she?
She's 4 and a half.
Yeah, it's a crazy year, 4 and a half.
My baby brother Dakota is 2.
Oh, so you're the big sister. You're like, oh, that's pretty good.
And that's why family vacations like this one in the Bahamas
honey, I got
are still important to her.
Oh, muscle man. I was raised by an amazing family, and I think that they've kept me grounded my whole life.
She's the oldest of 4 kids. Her father, Michael, is an investment banker, and her mother, a former Radio City Rockette,
Lindsay, another picture behind you,
is also her manager.
I got married very young, so I obviously put that on the back burner. So I had my children, and I was still teaching dance and performing, and Lindsay, I would literally drag her in her diaper. She'd sit in front of the mirror and like make faces at herself. And she just aspired to be in this business.
I like the attention.
Yeah, my mom's a rockette.
It was hard because she'd like come up to school to get me, and like the guys would like give her a standing ovation in the cafeteria. I was like, Mom, don't pick me up. I'll walk to you. You don't have to come in.
Isn't that amazing that you were embarrassed that your mom was a rockette?
I mean, I'm so blessed to have my mom. My mom's amazing. She's gorgeous. She's 4 children. You can never tell. But it was hard when I was in school, and like the guys were like hitting on my mom. They're like, God, why can't you look like your mom? I'm like, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's sad.
I was the oldest son, the oldest of 4 children, and I just had to be better than everybody, and that's, I guess, when that's instilled in you in your life, you don't really realize how it really affected you as a kid, and how it plays a major part in things when you're growing up.
I cannot believe I'm hosting the MTV Movie Awards. This is going to be so much fun. Oh yeah, these are my parents, Donald and Judy Lohan.
Hi, gang.
It is always so nice to meet Lindsay's friends.
MTV said they had to be here with me, since I'm not 18 yet.
She's the youngest host they've ever had.
Are you looking forward to being 18 now? Is this going to be exciting?
Someone actually has a website with a countdown until I'm 18.
Lindsay Lohan is part of a band of screen idols under 20, playing to Hollywood's hottest new demographic, fans under 20. Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen were the first to figure out they can attract fans at a very young age who will stick with them as they grow up.
Lindsay's on the cover of everything. She's on the interview. There she is on 17.
According to Jane Buckingham, president of the trend forecasting company Youth Intelligence, fans also want their stars to be a little flawed, just like them.
And of course, my Bible, Your Prom magazine.
Lindsay Lohan isn't hiding from the constant rumors about her behavior. In the new issue of W Magazine, Lohan admits to trying pot, but says she's never done cocaine.
That's stupid. I know I don't do that. I have a sister, I have a family.
She'll make a couple of mistakes and learn from them like we all did.
Isn't that life? Haven't we all done that?
I've got it now. I've got everybody interested now. I've got to keep it coming, Or can you get off the treadmill?
Well, I don't work out. But I think in Hollywood, it's very hard for people, especially my age, with the huge phenomenon that there is with all these younger performers, to say no than it is to say yes, because you feel like, I could lose it at any time.
Sure.
So you just take everything as it comes. But I think the best thing is to say no, because then people respect your decisions and your beliefs, and you know when to take care of yourself. And, you can do as much as you want, but you can only go so far with, and then you're not even happy.
Don't take our word for it.
If I don't stand to take shots when I'm, putting gas in my car, they're like, oh, don't be a mean girl, Lindsay, smile at us.
Lindsay Lohan, she's a fire brush.
Paris.
Saturday, stepping into the club, the music made me wanna tell the DJ turn it up. I feel the energy all around, and my body can't stop moving to the sound. But I can tell that you're watching me, and you're probably gonna write what you didn't see. Well, I just need a little space to breathe. Can you please respect my privacy? Why can't you just let me do the things I wanna do? I just wanna be me. I don't understand why would you wanna bring me down when I'm only having fun. I'm gonna live my life. I'm tired of rumors starting. I'm sick of being followed. I'm tired of people lying, saying what they want about me. Why can't they back up off me? Why can't they let me live? I'm gonna do it my way. Take this for just what it is. Here we are back up in the club. People taking pictures, don't you think they get enough? I just wanna get all over the floor and throw my hands up in the air to the beat like I gotta say respectfully, I would love it if you took the cameras off of me, cause I just need a little room to breathe. Can you please respect my privacy? Why can't you just let me do the things I wanna do? I just wanna be me. I don't understand why you wanna bring me down when I'm only having fun. I'm gonna live my life. I'm tired of rumors starting. I'm sick of being followed. I'm tired of people lying, saying what they want about me. Why can't they back up off me? Why can't they let me live? I'm gonna do it my way. Take this for just what it is. I just need to free my mind. Just wanna dance and have a good time. Thank you. You know, they start calling each other, and then 10 cars build up. And they were cutting people off, and it was dangerous for other people in cars, and you know, they have children in cars. And so I saw a police car drive by, was on 3rd and Sweetsort, pulled a U-turn, and then as I'm going to pull away, he cornered me, and I was like, what are you doing? And he looked at me and smirked, and then drove into my door. The second I turned my head, and I felt the door, like someone drive into the door, I started freaking out. I got my door jammed, and...
So this is a paparazzi guy, obviously, right? Yeah. Now, is he?
And then they came over and kept taking pictures.
So he's taking. But I suppose, why is that? The idea if they can catch you scared or upset, that's worth more. Is that?
I think. I don't even know. It's gotten to a point now where it just gets so ridiculous. They kind of put you in a situation where they can get you to react a certain way, and then they can get that first shot, I think.
Yeah.
I'm just thankful that no one was seriously injured.
Yeah.
My friend hurt her head. I have bruises all over.
Well, show your car. Show what happened to your car.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there you go. Look at. I mean, that's not taken lightly. I mean, that's a real. It's not like, oh, somebody dinged you. I mean, that's a real smash.
I know. I try to make light of it. I had really good shoes on, and I had blood on them.
And you're blonde now too. Is this new? Or because
this is for a new role.
Oh, okay, for a part. Okay.
I'm playing Meryl Streep's daughter, which I'm very honored to be able to do.
Can't get classier than that. Meryl Streep. Good, very good, very good. Now tell us about Herbie Fully Loaded. What's it about?
Oh, right, the movie.
You like remaking movies. First Freaky Friday, then Herbie Love Bug. What are you going to remake next? Glitter? I kid. Really. When are we going to make a movie together?
No.
I'll set up the tripod and make sure the night vision is on. Oh, baby, yes. Oh, baby.
My sister called me and said that she was reading the magazine, and it said my mother was going to be in Playboy. Now, my mom works at the PTA at school, I'll have you know. Oh. So it's kind of embarrassing for my 12-year-old sister to read that to me on the phone. It's not true.
But you know, that would get a lot of single dads to come to more PTA meetings.
My mom's hot, but...
So you're not going to do it then, right? No, good. Well, good. I'm
I have
glad.
No words.
Because
Disney
would be upset, I think. Walt would roll over.
Disney?
Yeah.
I think my grandmother would be upset.
Hi, Access Hollywood, whoa.
Whoa. What does that mean?
I watch it every night.
Excellent.
She has to check up on how I'm doing.
I opted to take her one day quickly from one agency to another, who got away from blockbuster films, put her in indie films, and that's where she got to work with the Meryl Streeps and let her acting. Not a lot of money at all, but just she could work her craft. And that was the turning point in her career, which showed people. I mean, she was amazing in Parent Trap and all the big blockbuster films she did, but it was a machine, and she just got to work with so many other, such an eclectic group of old-time actors that really, really appreciate the craft and not all this other garbage, I'll call it.
Just to have my name in the same sentence as Meryl Streep and Robert Altman and Kevin Kline and Lily Tomlin and Woody Harrelson, everybody. It's just, it's such an honor.
She's fantastic. She's a really great actress, present, easy, no bull.
1 second, refocus. Set.
What's your father like?
I mean, is he the kind of father that you can talk to, or one of those workaholic types that says, I'll talk to you later, honey, but then never really does? I hate that.
I don't have a father, actually. I mean, I had one once, I suppose, but my parents divorced years ago. My mother never even mentions him. It's like he evaporated into thin air or something.
You know, when you have a passion for something and you really like it, you love it, you do it to the best of your ability. I mean, I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning looking forward to going to work, and I didn't get done until 7 o'clock at night. I would shower up, I'd be ready by 5, get the 5:23 or 6 o'clock train. I'd be on the floor by 7:30. Market opened at 8, and then you run right through till 4 o'clock when the bell rings, and then get on the train and go home. That was my life. I met my ex-wife Dina when I was 25. She got pregnant immediately. We had Lindsay, and then everything stopped, and we had a great life. And then 19 years later, unfortunately, my ex-wife's brother, actually I caught him smoking crack at a party my son Cody had. It was a communion party, and there was a fight that ensued. And
My brother-in-law got drunk and came to my house.
he was in a coma for 5 days, and my wife and I got divorced, and that's when everything started to spin out of control.
So do you have a relationship with him at all?
I do, yeah. He's my father. I haven't spoken to him in a really long time, though. But my sister is also...
Well, what kind of relationship is that, then?
Hey, troops. Lindsay Lohan here. Someone once said that diamonds are a girl's best friend, but I think they got it wrong. You are. You guys rock. Thank you for your service to our country, and please come home safe.
Do you have a favorite branch? Is it Navy? Coast Guard? Coast Guard?
I mean, let's hear it for the
Coast
Coast
Guard.
Guard.
Coast Guard. Got the Army? You got the Marines? How about and the Air Force?
Air Force.
Air Force? That sounds like. Do you have a thing for the Air Force?
Well, I mean, I'm Top Gun.
Top Gun. We're going to Fallujah, though. He just came back.
I feel like I'm at some party with all you guys here. This is awesome.
What's it like being around 300,000 people performing?
You know what? The only thing that makes it not as nerve-wracking is the fact that there's so many people that you just imagine them all as people that aren't really there.
Miss Lindsay Lohan!
I want to chant, Michael! Michael! I love you, Michael!
Michael Jackson!
Emilio Estevez's movie Bobby is coming to theaters Thanksgiving Day. It is a remarkable film, and his movie just picked up Best Ensemble Cast at the Hollywood Film Festival because lots of people are in this. Right. And one of the co-stars walked away with the Breakthrough Actress Award. Please welcome Lindsay Lohan. So tell me this, you have this huge reputation for being the big party girl.
Oh, I hate that.
Is that true or not?
No. I mean, I've been acting my whole life, and this is what I love to do. And I'm very lucky and blessed to be able to do that. I'm 20 years old. Is it a crime to go and, you know, dancing with your friends? It's not.
Yeah.
I have a life, and I have my family, and I have work, and I have those three things. And
how was she on set was she on time?
Yeah, on time.
Was she on time?
She was extraordinary.
Yeah.
And you know, the media likes to focus on that because it sells. And,
Yes.
and the fact of the matter is that I'd rather have them focus on how extraordinary she is in this film and how dedicated and how passionate she is in this role. I mean, it's truly, I mean, you see a young actress mature on film, and you see her do, I think, the best work of her life.
How do you cry? Do you cry like, do you cry?
No, I sob.
Are you a
When I
quiet
cry.
sobber?
No, I'm a loud sobber.
Are you, one of those, yeah. Yeah, those can be a real pain, I know that.
No problems in your life right now in terms of substance abuse or anything? You're fine?
Substance abuse. That, I don't believe that was ever brought up.
Sometimes with these young stars, no one tells them, hey, you got an obligation. You know, you're getting paid good money. You have a great, great life. Show up.
He's the studio executive behind this now famous letter blasting Lindsay Lohan for acting like a spoiled child during filming of Georgia Rule.
I wrote a letter to her that I rewrote 6 times, and I basically said, let's knock it off, get to work. I'm not going to put up with it. And she was fine. She came to work every day after that.
And what was it that she was doing that was problematic?
She missed a day of work without telling anybody. And that you can have a whole crew and cast standing around, plus the cost of $500,000 a day lost. But the letter served its purpose, and she's a great actress, good actress.
I didn't read the memo till afterwards. You know, it was, hey, when she showed up on the set, she was always great. She breaks my heart in the movie. She is so brilliant in this movie.
She's fantastic.
Oh my God. The girl is really talented, and she just, I loved working with her. I love her. It was great. Whatever happened outside of the film, I have no idea. I go to bed early, get up early, I don't know.
Right, but like you said, you're a stickler for being on time, and I did read that you at one point had to go to her trailer and say, look, we're waiting on you. Let's get going here.
Yeah, she was late one day, and I got mad, and I went in, and I said, get your out here on the set, and I raised my voice, and she said to her makeup person, Barbarella just yelled at me.
E.T., Lindsay and me. I've got the questions only a mother can ask.
Dina made her debut as an E.T. special correspondent dressed in Dina Burrell couture with the Lauren Merkin clutch and Mimi So diamonds.
Oh, she's going across the street.
Jane Fonda came to the E.T. platform.
Young Hollywood stars of today, it's so difficult with all the tabloids and paparazzi. And what was your advice?
It's not a dress rehearsal. This is it. Okay, but you screw it up now, you don't get another chance.
They weren't targeted like these kids were when they were younger. You know, they didn't go into their lives like they're going into their personal lives. They didn't get followed with cameras. You know, 1 or 2 of them did in the day, but it was very minuscule. It wasn't like it is now.
And we're being really serious right now, and it's really awkward. And I love you. Can I give you a hug?
And with a whisper saying, Mom, you did great, Lindsay was off.
This was so much fun. Thanks, Mary.
There are no problems. It's a great movie.
We really didn't know. We just started the show wondering if you'd make it, and then...
I heard that you said you weren't sure, yeah.
I did. I wasn't sure. I was going to have Andy sit in and answer questions as you.
I will always show up if I say I'm going to be somewhere. Because it's like a crime for someone to go out to a club. I mean, what did everyone do at 20 years old? I just don't get it.
Well,
I get in so much trouble.
Well, it's not trouble.
But it jeopardizes films that I want to do, and people lose respect. You know, I'd like to hopefully win an Oscar.
Not right now, Glenn. Not right now, dog. Not right now, Glenn. Not right now, man.
When did I start not being okay?
Start driving. Start driving. JT.
Have you ever injured yourself?
I have injured myself.
Has anyone ever injured themselves?
Well,
I feel like I'm the only person that's gotten hurt.
But I'm a lot older.
Mine's just written about for everyone else to see.
No, but you've
that's
had
why.
a lifetime of injuries in like 20 years.
When was the first time I came here? I think I was 12.
You were like a little kid. I remember you were sitting in a teacup looking over the television. You were just an embryo the first time you were here. Well, see, this is why I watch out for you, because I kind of go, oh, because I always think, I mean, you're grown up now, but I think you were a little kid when you got here. So I always...
Just a kid.
I see
You're only, what, 4 years away from driving?
Yeah, I'm excited. I drive on the lawn sometimes.
You drive on the lawn?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm a bad driver. I mean, I was
But
driving...
you're 12. You shouldn't be any kind of driver. It's not a matter of being a good driver or a bad driver. You should be no driver.
I was driving our tractor once, and...
Oh, you have a tractor?
Yeah, I drove into a tree.
Probably the only tree in the yard.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
A 20-year-old starlet busted in Beverly Hills for drunk driving. Police say she left her smashed-up Mercedes on the street early yesterday morning, and when cops searched the car, they say they found cocaine.
Well, her handlers haven't spoken yet, Uma, but this being Hollywood, they'll move into damage control pretty quickly, and I wouldn't be surprised if some kind of a statement wasn't issued later today, or at the very least before the Memorial Day weekend is over. Her father is talking, and he has said that he has served jail time himself for alcohol abuse, drug abuse, cocaine specifically, and he has said he hopes that his daughter can learn from his mistakes before too long.
The actress reportedly turned herself in yesterday to be formally arrested for driving under the influence. She apparently spent about an hour at the station before being released on $30,000 bail.
What? 2 more minutes than Nicole Richie?
Billy, how bad a problem is substance abuse in young Hollywood?
I think it's rampant. I mean, most of these, they're addicted to not only the substance, but I think there's an addiction to the attention and addiction to the paparazzi cameras that are out there. They're living a reality show basically every day.
That's what America wants, reality TV.
Right.
Not interested anymore pretty much in the war and everything. They want to see more of this home stuff. Britney Spears, Paris Hilton, and also Lindsay Lohan are doing. They're the focus of attention and the spark of American entertainment right now.
How did you learn about your daughter's arrest this morning?
I received a phone call this morning. I didn't know whether to believe it or not. I was very taken back. And then after that, I became overwhelmed. I couldn't believe it.
And what about others in Lindsay's life, her mother, for instance?
The two of them are almost more like sisters than they are mother and daughter. They go out to clubs together, to restaurants together, the same parties.
I wonder if we could get the Lindsay Lohan DUI arrest out of the teleprompter and put my script in it.
Lohan or Lohan?
However you wish, actually, but it's Lohan. It's
Lohan, okay,
yes.
there we go. We got the confirmation from the horse's mouth. How is it for you to see what your daughter is going through and not be able to talk with her?
It's troubling, it's overwhelming, and it's heartbreaking. As I said to you in the back, people can criticize me all they want for trying to reach out to Lindsay in the press like this, but when someone loses a child and they go put out an Amber Alert, or they try to, they have posters all over the place, that's their means of doing it. This is the only means of me trying to reach out to Lindsay and trying to help her.
Well, it does seem like this relationship's now happening on television. That's the only way you can probably get to her. So do you want to say something to her this morning? There's a very good chance she'll see this.
I will not stop trying to be there for her and to help her and turn her life around until we finally do that. And I just hope that she does see the light, so to speak, and reach within herself and just live by the truth and come to a state of contrition where she knows what she's done and how we're all accountable for what we've done.
Just last night on the O'Reilly Factor,
yes,
Dennis Miller was on. This is what he had to say. He really blames you.
Well, you know what? I blame myself. And I'm not going to cast stones at...
Just a second, Michael.
Okay.
Do we have a cue? Let's roll it.
Her parents were any more low rent, they'd be a spring break destination. And anytime your parent says they party with you, that is its own form of child abuse.
I never partied, man. I never went to one club, one bar.
The kids are afraid of.
Ma'am, can I have a second of your time? Just a second. I just want something to eat, like someplace to sleep.
You're eating a banana.
What's your name?
My name's David.
David, I don't want your money. My name's Michael Lohan. I'm Lindsay Lohan's father. And all the people walking around with the $300 cell phones and the iPods and the iPhones and everything looked at me and said, "Get your hands off, get away." They didn't want to know me. I was one of those people a long time ago. And when I look back now at the way I was and where I am today, I thank Jesus Christ for what he's done in my life.
The Michael Lohan Reality Project.
Jesus can save me. Save me.
Michael Lohan called me. Actually, he's on the phone right now, on hold, on mute. We're gonna talk to him. No. Hey, I'm not a fan of Dina Lohan, trust me. I'm not a fan of Dina Lohan. You know, I've said before, I think she... I go for vaccine and cocaine.
You know what? I'm not going to jam a bad record down her throat that she doesn't believe in to sing.
That's a cop-out. The point is, when you say no, it's a no.
Cody? Oh my god, it's ice cold.
Come on, Halo. That's better than you think it is.
You're not getting that on camera.
Hey.
No.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
You're just a little kid, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm 14 years old.
14 years old. How about that?
You know, I thought reality wouldn't be in existence after the first couple of years, but it hasn't gone away. It's only gotten bigger. So I figured there was no other way to do this, you know, so we can actually say, no, that's not true.
And is this just your real life on television? Is that what it is?
Yeah, we basically just did this show to set the record straight, and we're not just this crazy family and crazy people as, like, the tabloids make us out to be. So just to set the record straight.
And is that what people think, that the family is crazy?
We don't really allow people in our homes, you know, but I think at that point, you know, there's such a weird perception of Hollywood families, and we're so not like that.
Well, good luck to you. Nice meeting you. Have a great summer. Lindsay Lohan. I'm sorry. Allie Lohan. We'll be right back.
Lindsay Lohan's got a girlfriend. She's dating 31-year-old DJ Samantha Ronson.
So now, you and Samantha have been going out for how long now? Like 22 years, 1 year, 5 months, 2 months?
A long, very long time.
Well, good. Well, I hope you guys stay together. You're a very lovely looking couple.
Thank you very much.
Lindsay Lohan, whose many exploits include a recent attack on Sarah Palin, had been hoping to campaign for Barack Obama, but the Chicago Sun-Times reports the Obama camp turned down Lohan's offer due to her wild ways.
In the current issue of New York Magazine, Lohan poses nude for photographer Bert Stern in a recreation of one of Monroe's most famous shoots, taken shortly before she died.
But Lohan's father is not happy about the snub. In an email to Fox News, he said, quote, "For Barack Obama to condemn my daughter for past indiscretion when he admitted to the exact same himself is indicative of what kind of a president he would be."
Hey, what state are you going to get married in?
Ronson regularly budges in using a key that she has to Lindsay's apartment in order to fight with her girlfriend, which often turns out to be very violent. Lindsay's daily dose of getting choked and punched makes you think, after all this violent love, why do you even bother trying to be together?
She cannot be alone. When she sleeps here, she sleeps with me.
Hello, gorgeous!
Lindsay!
How you doing, gorgeous? Any thoughts about the image? Hold up till I tell you, okay? Hold up. You're gonna go up right there. Lindsay! Lindsay, my battery pack is going out.
We're gonna move her up. All right, guys, you need to move. You need to move.
Let's go. Just start moving a little bit. Lindsay, let's go. Guys, move it, move it. Hey guys, she's moving the car, so if you get hit, Lindsay. Come on.
Lindsay! Lindsay!
Lindsay! Lindsay!
Been through a lot, like a little girl. I told her not to go to LA at 18, she did. I couldn't leave these other three to go get her, and like, it was just a mess.
Just say, Daddy, you know, I'll come in, it'll be all over with. We can sit down and talk. She doesn't want to see you right now. She said she did. She's 22 years old. She wants to see you. She'll see you. Do you understand that I'm the one thing that represents, like, her behavior? Yeah. Her cutting herself and hurting herself. I can talk to her. Tina, how would I feel, and how would you feel if something happens and I didn't have to? I know it's gonna happen, and I will feel that it's all your fault. Is how I will feel. It's not about me. Well, I will feel her. I will feel it's everyone else. There's nothing you can do for her. Yes, there is. Oh, Tina, come on, Tina.
He will do something like Heath Ledger did in a second without thinking. And she was dating Heath when he died. I don't know if you know that, but I know because I would drop her off, and they were friends, very, very close. Okay, so that f***ed her up. But Lindsay has to realize, okay, maybe Samantha's not getting it. If it's not working, I walk away. It's very easy for a rational person to say. But for an irrational person who has a problem with her DNA and alcohol and Adderall and asthma and every other thing she's got wrong with her.
She drank, she partied, she did coke with Lindsay. Give me a break.
You're telling me that your ex-wife, Dina Lohan, did coke with your daughter?
And not only that, you cannot lie to the public. You can't create a facade and think good things are going to come out of it. You live by the truth or you live by lies. If you ask me anything about myself, you're going to get the truth. I don't care. Do right, wrong, or indifferent. You're going to get the truth because I can live with that.
In his latest book, The Mirror Effect, How Celebrity Narcissism is Seducing America, Dr. Drew Pinsky is not afraid to name names.
Lindsay's one of my peeps. She's a straight-up addict.
Dr. Pinsky says Ms. Lohan in desperate need of real help, especially after her reported recent split from Samantha Ronson.
She's filming her new movie, Chapter 27, about the assassination of John Lennon.
And it was, Paparazzi was intense. It was a lot. But it worked because that's what was going on at the time. That's what it felt like you were actually in it, which is good, you know, for the energy.
Is that her right there? Oh my God, that is Lindsay.
No, it's not about me. It's everything about me. Unless I fight for it.
I thought I turned it off.
No, you can take it if you need.
Oh God, oh God, oh God.
Is it Lindsay?
Yeah. Take care. Love you.
You might want to turn your flash on, smart guy.
It is on! Morgan!
Back up, back up.
Hey, let's go.
Back up, dude. Back up. Let us walk. Let us walk. Let us walk.
Let
us walk.
Let her walk.
Let her walk. Let her walk. Let her walk. Back up. I need everybody back up.
Savages!
Let us walk. Let us walk. Let us walk. Let us walk.
Lindsay, we got your back, girl!
Let us walk.
Lindsay, how come it took you
Just
so
let
long?
us walk.
Lindsay,
Back up.
watch you put the past behind you and move forward!
Let us walk.
Watch out, hydrant. Your arm is wrapped on my camera.
Let us
Your arm is wrapped on my
walk.
camera.
Let us walk.
Be your homie.
Let us walk.
Back the way.
Let us
Back
walk.
the way.
Dina, we love you, girl!
Let us walk. Let us walk.
Come on, let me get
Hollywood.tv loves you!
Hey!
Millions of dollars!
Let us get a fucking picture.
Guys,
back up, son.
back up, you can get a good picture, alright? Let's go, come on.
Just back up.
Don't push me, alright?
Let us walk.
Let's go, come on.
Get up on my shoulder.
Don't touch me, move up, alright? You hear me?
Don't touch me.
Let us walk.
Move back, get scary, guys! Get her space!
Carlo, right here.
It was
Come on, guys, back up.
Let us walk. Let us walk. Let us walk. Let us walk.
Hey, get him. Come on, man, what the hell? Move up.
Let us walk. Let us walk.
Lindsay, we support you. We got your back.
Let us walk.
Watch us now. Hey, back up. I saw your pocket. At 2 a.m. last night. It looked like he was looking for somebody.
What do you have to say about the rumors that you were out partying last night until 2 a.m.?
Well, obviously my ex-husband's behind the rumors. It's an absolute lie. I was at Chateau for dinner with my daughter and some friends, and then we went back to the house.
I think there's just some of it's just all some of the things that get said. No one should ever have to worry about their father saying that publicly about them, and it distracts. You know what it is? It distracts from all the work that I'm doing, and you know it's just only builds negative press, and that's why it really hurts me. And my mom's an amazing woman, and she's been put through hell by him. So
you know, I really don't like to speak to the tabloids, and I haven't thus far. But Michael has become such a menace to himself and to our family that the truth is coming out, and I will be speaking very shortly about Michael Lohan's past.
Thank you. I'm off to Cannes right now to announce the movie, and we're having a dinner, and I'm very excited. So it's going to work more, which is good. I've been working a lot, but I like it. And I just finished some more traffic school, so I've been in compliance, which is really good. And my court date is coming up this week.
Can you tell me about the movie you're here for? No? You don't want to advertise about this? Okay, so what about the court on Thursday?
Where is Lindsay right now?
You stupid or what? I'm fucking gonna arrest you. Fuck him.
Michael, what's your reaction? Michael, can you go to the line? How are you feeling?
But even if she gets jail time, aren't we just talking about 86 minutes like the last time she was locked up? 86 minutes is not very long, and that's how long it took me to get here today.
My passport didn't just go missing, my passport was stolen, so I don't see why I would have to go to prison, and the only person that's ever suggested anything like that is my father.
Do me a favor, give me that passport. Give me your passport.
No, she's accusing you of like setting that up. How do you feel about that?
What I do? Listen, I'm here trying to help her. I want her here in court. Why would I take her passport?
Exactly.
He's a very erratic person, and he's a convicted felon, so I try to stay far away from him as I can. And I don't have a relationship with him, so it's just not something that I even feel to be brought up anymore. He talks enough, and it's just enough is enough already.
Lindsay, I have advice for you. Go to the American Embassy. You can get a passport on the spot.
They can give you a temporary one, and they can give you that stay.
Like that. There you go, hon. Like that. You should have never said something like that.
All right, in the matter of People v. Lindsay Lohan, defendant and all parties are now present. The court intended to put conditions on her being out on bond. Those conditions were and are going to be, subject to hearing from counsel, the following: that she will, as a condition of remaining out on bond, drink no alcohol, have a scram device put on within 24 hours of today's proceedings, submit to random drug testing at the rate of 1 per week, and I would give you, Ms. Holly, the name and number that she needs to call today to set that up.
Ms. Lohan has a number of upcoming photo shoots, as well as continuing to film a movie in Texas. The scram device would interfere with all of that work. Ms. Lohan is not, however, trying to get out of being monitored by the court with respect to alcohol or drugs. For that reason, our alternative suggestion is that she be random tested for drugs and alcohol, in the manner the court sets forth. I believe it will have the same effect, which is to say that the court will be alerted to any indication of alcohol or drugs in her system, but would allow her to also make a living. The movie that she will have to shoot scenes for is filmed in Texas, and as Your Honor knows, the scram headquarters is in Long Beach. So we want to comply. Ms. Lohan wishes to comply. We are just hoping that instead of a scram bracelet, she can submit to drug and alcohol testing randomly in whatever manner the court sets forth.
Well, I do have a question, and that is, she needs to submit to random drug testing here, not in Texas. There's no excuse if she's in Texas to say I can't show up, because then it's not random. So I'm afraid she's going to have to delay that for now, because that would prevent her from complying with the court's order.
If the court would allow drug and alcohol testing here, again, I believe it would have the same objective and outcome as the court and counsel wish and are concerned about, but would obviate the need for a bulky bracelet that would interfere with her work.
All right, let me find out, are you objecting to the conditions or accepting them?
Do you have a moment?
Yes. I have about 30 minutes of record, just so you know.
Thank you.
Unlike many defendants, this little ankle bracelet doesn't lie, according to the company that administers and monitors the device known as SCRAM, for Secure Continuous Remote Alcohol Monitoring.
It measures alcohol as it evaporates out of the body, and then that information is stored in the bracelet and then transmitted wirelessly to this receiver once a day. Goes through the telephone lines into a secure network system, and then is analyzed to see if someone's been drinking or if they tampered with the product.
There are about 200 people in the Bay Area currently wearing these devices that claim about an 80% success rate. The defendants pay the cost, about $13 a day, to stay out of jail.
What do you think of the fact that she actually put a tweet out to Chanel asking them to decorate? Do you think she's taking it seriously? She has to wear the alcohol monitoring?
I think she's just desperate for publicity.
I don't think Lindsay Lohan takes anything seriously.
Hi, my name is Lindsay, and I'm searching for love. I'm recently single, I think, and I'm looking for someone who I can spend the rest of my life with, or at least the rest of my probation with. I would define my personality as creative. I'm a bit of a night owl. I'm a workaholic, a shopaholic, and according to the state of California, an alcoholic. And to put all those rumors to rest, I am not broke. I actually have over $400 in the bank and 20,000 Marlboro miles, which I'm very proud of. I'm looking for a compatible mate who likes a night out on the town, as long as he or she is driving, of course. So if you think you can handle a redhead with a little bit of sass, and by that I mean a redhead that's crazy, I mean, don't pretend like you don't know me. We've all read about it. We'll crash a few parties, a car or two, but at the end of the day, I promise you, I never lose my Google hits. Just my underwear.
How you doing?
What? Why are you kidding?
You gotta be kidding, right?
We're here waiting for you.
Seriously?
Happy birthday, Lindsay! Happy 24th birthday, Lindsay!
Anything in the world for my birthday.
Yeah, anything.
Anything in the world. I guess for just everyone to leave everyone alone.
Fuck that, move! Yeah, they're back to the camera. Move, homie. Real talk, you want to see more of us over here? I can make it happen. Fuck that bitch. This don't have nothing to do with that bitch. I live over here.
We respect you, bro.
No, fuck that shit, homie.
Lindsay Lohan's scram bracelet lights up, and a judge issues a warrant for her arrest.
Long Islanders, though, feeling no sympathy for their hometown girl tonight.
Anything that needs to be done, even if it involves like probation or jail,
that's basically the lesson that she'll probably have to learn.
Lindsay, are you going to go back to jail, darling?
Oh my God.
Lindsay, how's your New Year's resolutions holding up, darling?
Lindsay, we love you, Lindsay. Can I get a picture with you, please? I'm a big fan.
Lindsay, are you going to adopt a baby like Elton John?
This is Channel 11. Okay. Typically what happens when a bench warrant is arrested in a case like this.
No audio? It's on here. Is it on now? I'm sorry.
Okay.
In terms of going more than once in a week, some people, I know that I was ordered to go once a week, and it wasn't, I wasn't missing the classes just to hang out or do anything like that. I was working mostly in Morocco, the trip. I was working with children. It wasn't a vacation. It wasn't some sort of a joke. And I respect her where I've been taking it seriously. And I appreciate that Right On Programs has done so much to help me finish early, because I wanted to make sure that I would come back here making you happy and the court system and show that I meant everything I put into it. And going more than once in a week, I would try to do that only because I knew I had to work the next week. I figured, and as far as I knew, they were okay with this and it was still in compliance, that if I did 3 in a week or 2 in a week, then it would make up for the fact that if I had to work the next week, then that's why I wouldn't be there, because I've already done them now. So I thought, as far as I knew, that was in compliance. Had I not known, had I been, taken aside and told that in detail, then that would have been a different story. I'm not taking this as a joke. It's my life, and it's my career, and something I've worked for my entire life. And I've learned from my experiences. I take responsibility for my actions, and I've tried to do the best I can in the past few weeks since I was here last, which is the only time I've been, present in front of a judge in any of my situations in terms of this specific case. It's the only time I've actually, and honestly, it did wake me up. Yes, of course it scared me. And it also confused me because I was there thinking that it was okay that I missed those classes. I thought, and I didn't, had I known differently, again, like I said, I would have taken it, I would have made sure that I was in town each week, and I would have balanced my work around that, because I'd rather, be working in the long run, after all, than dealing with this kind of thing for the rest of my life. I guess that's, really all I had to say. It's just been such a long haul, and I don't want you to think that I don't respect you and your terms, because I really did think that I was doing what I was supposed to do, and I mean that with all my heart.
It's like somebody who cheats doesn't think it's cheating unless they get caught, because she knew it. The program told her. I'm sure you told her. And she had been here the time before. When it was once a week, it was once a week. And once she knew that, and because the program let her have some leeway, she thought it was okay. The court just doesn't buy that at this time. First of all, the order revoking probation is set aside. Probation is reinstated as modified. Probation is converted from summary probation to formal probation. Defendant is ordered to spend 30 days in jail on the reckless driving case, 30 days in jail on the first DUI case consecutive, and 30 days in jail on the second DUI case consecutive. That's 90 days in jail. The court is also going to order Dr. Sharma, or appoint Dr. Sharma and Malinak, Kajal Sharma and Hai Malinak, to interview the defendant, because within 2 days of her release from jail, she's ordered to report to probation, and she's ordered to do a 90-day inpatient substance abuse program. And I want Dr. Sharma and Malinak to indicate to the court and write a report to the program, as to probation, as to the type of program that would best benefit her. I also want the doctor to interview her and determine if drinking alcohol and the prescription drug medications she's taking will cause her injury and compromise her health and safety. The court is also going to order that the original order of the conditions of bail, that she not drink any alcohol, will remain as now a condition of probation. Understand and accept the terms and conditions of your probation.
Yes.
All right, that's the order. When are you asking for surrender date?
Would Your Honor give us 2 weeks?
All right, that would be surrender in this court, July 20th at 8:30. And the scram bracelet will be on until that date. And if the gentleman can come here that needs to remove the scram bracelet, it can be removed when she's surrendered.
Pray for her.
Yes, we will.
Just rest and relax tonight.
Just rest and relax.
Early morning.
Have you had a chance to talk to Lindsay, or have you had a chance to talk to Lindsay since the hearing?
Doing that right now.
Right now?
You know, if you've done half this much to try to help your daughter back, I mean, far be it from me to judge. Don't get me wrong.
Wait, let me stop you there. Half this much to help my daughter? Are you kidding me? Give me a break. All of my effort is spent on trying to help my daughter, flying all over, back and forth, following her, calling narcotics agencies, meeting with the DEA, meeting with people. And I go out for 5 minutes to get some food, and I spend half as much time helping my daughter as I do that? Give me a break. Don't tell me how much time I spend helping my daughter, or going out to eat dinner, or how much time I spend in the fucking gym.
Oh, come on now.
Sorry.
This is family place.
You know what? This is the problem. People want to remark about what I'm doing with my life to help my kids and speaking out and trying to make that difference, not only in Lindsay's life, but by speaking out the way I did, I'm trying to help other families as well.
The alcohol program, she's gone into custody. She asks for your prayers and support, and she's stepped up. She's accepted responsibility, and that's really all I have to say.
She went to jail?
Yes, she did.
Oh!
This is a $100,000 charge. Now keep going. No, not while the
Do you know that Lindsay Lohan is in jail?
I actually know that, yes.
You knew that?
I did.
Okay. Does Mel Gibson need anger management?
Let me answer the Afghanistan question.
Selena Gomez sends heartfelt support to Lindsay Lohan. As a teen queen growing up in Hollywood's glaring spotlight, it's easy to relate to the fallen star.
I love her. I always have loved her. I'm a huge fan of her. And I wish her and her family the best. Nothing but.
Basically, what we're gonna do is...
When the judge said to her in no uncertain terms, "You're an addict," does Lindsay fully get that?
Yes. And this teaches you that you are.
But it appeared to me that you were either defending her or maybe even in denial yourself about her situation. So are you also comfortable with the concept that your daughter is an addict?
Yes. This city is littered with the bodies of dead celebrities dead from prescription drug abuse. Michael Jackson, Anna Nicole Smith.
Elvis Presley.
Elvis Presley, Marilyn Monroe. The list goes on and on. And Michael's determined that Lindsay's not going to be on that list.
Has there ever been a time in Lindsay's life where you have been worried, seriously worried about her health? And,
Well, initially
and
I
that
put
she
her
might
in
die at a young
promises.
age?
Oh gosh, why would you say something
Because
as horrible as that?
of the fact that if she goes down a certain road, we've seen a lot of celebrities
I don't have
go
a
down
crystal
that
ball.
road.
I'm not going to go down a road that I don't foresee.
Whoa, watch it, watch it. Whoa, whoa, God almighty. Oh, God almighty. Oh, God, oh, God.
Michael has been way ahead of everybody else in identifying that this is the problem, that there is a giant legal loophole if Lindsay is drug tested but prescription drugs are excluded. And we all have to wake up to the fact that prescription drug abuse is the second most prevalent form of drug abuse in the United States right now, second only to marijuana.
Lindsay Lohan is just another individual on this planet like everybody else. And a lot of top doctors have come out and said, look, we have interviewed her and we've done medical exams, and she shouldn't have been on Adderall, which is basically a form of methamphetamine. And this can cause the same effects in people that cocaine and methamphetamine does. And that several doctors believe that this is why she's been so out of control. Well, no kidding.
You know when you feel the weight of sadness. You may feel exhausted, hopeless, and anxious. Whatever you do, you feel lonely and don't enjoy the things you once loved. Things just don't feel like they used to. These are some symptoms of depression, a serious medical condition affecting over 20 million Americans. While the cause is unknown, depression may be related to an imbalance of natural chemicals between nerve cells in the brain. Prescription Zoloft works to correct this imbalance. You just shouldn't have to feel this way anymore. Only your doctor can diagnose depression. Zoloft is not for everyone. People taking MAOIs or Pimozide shouldn't take Zoloft. Side effects may include dry mouth, insomnia, sexual side effects, diarrhea, nausea, and sleepiness. Zoloft is not habit-forming. Talk to your doctor about Zoloft, the #1 prescribed brand of its kind. Zoloft. When you know more about what's wrong, you can help make it right.
What have you got to lose?
But if you look at the mass shootings, and every time I see a case of a mother who chops her toddler's arms and legs off, or straps their 4 kids in their car and drives it off a cliff into a lake and drowns them, in every case they've been on serotonin reuptake inhibitors, which is the Prozac class of drugs. Well, they were being developed in the early 1980s. Their own studies showed that it caused a massive increase in suicidal tendencies. Now they've tested it on rats, shrimp, guinea pigs, you name it, and they found that it causes reckless and even suicidal behavior in not just mammals, but things like shrimp.
Lindsay's out. Are you getting Lindsay? Lindsay, how's it feel to be free? Are you a changed woman? After rehab? You feel better? You think you might do better this time? We hope so.
As long as all the fences are mended. I just pray now that Lindsay's got it, she's getting it right. I hope my ex-wife gets it right. It's not about the goose that laid the golden egg. It's about a life. It's about someone who needs a child that needs both parents there for her. I mean, not in a managerial sense, but in a parental sense. That Lindsay needs 2 people that love her there for her, and she can fall back on to mommy, daddy. I need to talk about this. There's a lot of stuff Lindsay has that she's hurting over, especially the divorce. She still doesn't. It still pains her, and that's what led to the drinking and drugs, and then the addiction specialist putting her on these medications that screwed her entire life up.
And he said, I met with Lindsay and she was vacant inside and hasn't done a movie in 6 months, when he didn't even know she just wrapped 2 weeks ago prior with Robert De Niro in a movie called Machete that will be coming out. So there's no facts. He's not based on anything. He just wants celebrity, I guess. So he has to look like the hero somehow to himself, or maybe it's his own guilt. You don't just go to a rehab for alcohol or drugs. You also go for domestic abuse and to clear your head on what she witnessed. And she witnessed a lot, sadly. So she saw him hit me. She saw him slit his wrists and in a bathtub full of blood. She saw him do things, and so you don't necessarily go for that. And when you're a child, your mind is pretty well formed. My dad's a psychiatric social worker, so you're pretty well formed, and you have these memories, and Lindsay just needs to speak to someone just to get that out. And my family and my children were working with someone to do that, because you don't realize how the damage, you hide the damage, and then it's in you. The hurt is there, the pain is there. All I know is, he's dating someone now who the girl 2 months ago went to court, and he said he'd kill her and then himself. The pattern's continuing with someone else, and she filed a misdemeanor against him, and she may be back with him at this point, but that worries me. I'm worried for her. It's not a safe environment for anyone.
Everything out of her mouth is a lie. She comes out with things out of nowhere. I don't know why she's talking about something like this when it was never an issue, never mentioned before. I don't know how she carries the burden of the things that she's done in her life. If I cut off my brother's medical insurance like she did to her brother, and then he wound up dying of hepatitis C because she cut the medical insurance off, she never tells anyone that. How rotten is that? You can just get by that? I could never get by that. And the whole incident with her hitting my mother in the eye with a phone and giving her six stitches was true. There were witnesses. If Dina wants to speak about abuse, she better look at her own family.
Well, Lindsay Lohan is in trouble again.
The first drug test that she failed last week was a positive test for cocaine.
And the other one?
We're hearing that it's probably cocaine as well. But that hasn't been confirmed yet.
This is a young woman who says, I'm out of jail, I'm going to get my life back together, I am a serious actress. Was it all just an act?
Well, that's the whole point, really. Look, she's been acting since she was 8 years old, 7 years old. So in some ways, people talk about, well, is she bipolar? Does she have some sort of psychiatric problem? Maybe it's that she's been an actress her whole life.
Today she came in and she was kind of smiling. She thought she was on a red carpet premiere. I swear, Billy, I think she thought she was on a red carpet premiere. 6-inch stiletto, Louboutins. The judge wasted no time in sending Lindsay back to jail for a failed drug test, keeping her composure but still looking scared. Lindsay was handcuffed and taken out of the courtroom. Now, as she walked out, she kept looking at her mom, Dina. Dina, what did you think of Michael showing up today?
Please move over. Please, bro. I know you want to pitch.
Go around. He's going out.
Personally, I feel Sean and the people around Lindsay who are representing her are responsible. And I want to make one thing clear so you all know this. When Lindsay was supposed to go into Morningstar Rehab, they started to reconstruct everything there for Lindsay to accommodate her. Sean Chapman Holly, Sean and Lou Taylor leaked that to the press because they wanted Lindsay to get out sooner and have her in UCLA so she wouldn't spend much time in a rehab. They're destroying my daughter's life. I'm praying that Dina finally gets on the same page with me and does something about this.
Why are you so angry?
Why am I angry? My daughter's in jail. Let me tell you, I'm quite honestly, I thought I'd rather be in jail rather than my daughter today. I thought I'd be eating a bologna sandwich for a violation of an order of protection.
Look, you have to have your heart in something, not your hand in it. And now Lou Taylor and Dina are trying to be conservatives over Lindsay's money and over her career. And the people that care about her, they want to control and keep out of her life, people like me and other good people.
Very simple. Is she getting out?
Is she happy that she's going to be released?
Is she coming out, Sean?
And I just want to remind everybody, this goes back 3 years. Back in 2007, she was arrested twice for DUI. It was all happening in a 3-month period back then, and since that time, she violated probation, and she had been sent back to jail by a California judge yesterday. No, you didn't miss it if you blinked. She violated her probation by failing a drug test, but just 9 hours later, back out on the street again.
A 90-day sentence is a 2-hour sentence because the jails are overcrowded, and that is so for everyone. However, if you have someone who's a celebrity and a spotlight is going to be shown upon all of that, nobody likes it. The judge doesn't like it. The sheriff doesn't like it because now everyone is going to see what the reality is, right?
How the system actually works.
Exactly.
This Venice Beach jewelry store sure knows how to give one of its most famous customers special treatment. And not only accused Lindsay Lohan of shoplifting a $2,500 necklace that the actress insists was simply borrowed, this once little-known store is now attempting to cash in big time, selling the store's surveillance video to Entertainment Tonight for a whopping $35,000, according to Radar Online.
Hey, did you guys sell that video for $35,000? You have any comment on that?
Yeah, so we don't really want to comment on anything like that until after the trial's over.
Okay, well, was there any kind of a motive that you sold it?
No motive.
It wasn't to get publicity?
Sir, could you step outside the store with me?
Oh, sure.
Miss Lohan, is that your true name?
Yes, sir.
You're charged in count 1 with grand theft of personal property in violation of Penal Code Section 487A as a felony. Property in this case is alleged to have a value of $2,500, to wit, a necklace. Do you understand the nature of the charges in count 1?
She does, Your Honor. We'd waive formal reading of the complaint statement of rights and enter a plea of not guilty. Ms. Lohan has otherwise been in compliance with all conditions of her probation. She's met regularly. She's had only clean tests and has been a good probationer. But I certainly understand the reason that Ms. Myers is asking for probation to be revoked at this time.
Well, a good probationer doesn't pick up a new case.
All right. Thank you.
Prosecutor offices are manned, literally manned by political elected officials. So they have to be very concerned not only with justice, and I think in large part they are concerned with justice, but they also have to be concerned with how they are perceived. There are some people who say there's an element of sexism involved.
I do think that's an element of, for a lot of them. Like, she's a naughty girl who's out of control and is too sexy and her dresses are too short and her, you know, this is showing and that is showing.
The tight, super short dress Lindsay Lohan wore to court, where she was formerly charged with felony grand theft, was the talk of all of today's morning shows.
I can see north and south with circles around through that dress.
I'm guessing neither of us has seen a dress like that in church or temple.
You wouldn't say that to anyone. You wouldn't say that to a hooker coming into court if she's doing something inappropriate. It's not her fault. That's all she has.
You know, there's just so much propaganda.
Even Nicole Richie's case, which wasn't that long ago, if it happened today, would be a completely different thing. I wonder if it would have even been the same outcome, because there's so much swirling around all of it. And that swirl has its own energy. And it's hard to get out of that energy for anybody involved in it, from the judge on down.
Your Honor, I have one other concern.
Yes, please.
I would ask that as a condition, if Ms. Lohan makes bail, to stay away from the victims, in this case, that store. It's my understanding that subsequent to this happening, the store received some flowers, which caused the victim in this case to be somewhat alarmed. So I would ask the court that she, her agents, or whoever, stay away from the victims at this point in time.
I want to give people a reminder here that Danette is running for the LA County District Attorney. So let's talk a little Lindsay here. Let's say you had a child who was getting in trouble like Lindsay. Would jail, do you think, help her?
I think jail helps when you continually violate your probation. My position is that you have to catch the person's attention first.
They're kind of picking on you, weren't they, Lindsay? Because everybody knows that you didn't steal that necklace, right? Better get your car. Thank you. You're looking good, Lindsay.
Lohan's only public comments have been to the TV show Extra, saying she's embarrassed by the legal spectacle.
I don't want that to be what I'm known for anymore. You know, the tabloid stuff. That's not important to me. I don't like the attention. I don't want that. I want my attention to come through in my films for the work that I'm doing, not for if I'm going to the hair salon.
But on Saturday Night Live, hosted by Miley Cyrus, Lindsay Lohan remains ever so close to the center of attention.
Lay it on me.
Things are great. My new movie Herbie opened 68 months ago, and the Los Angeles courthouse just gave me my own parking spot. Winning!
Winning!
Duh!
Duh! Hold on real quick. Hold on. Clear. And we're winning again.
Obama is in the White House to save the white man. The white man stole the money in a Ponzi scheme. Obama's job is to put the money back. Lohan is not a thing. Separation anxiety. You can separate people from paper. You can separate people from plastic. But when you separate them from gold, they have an anxiety attack. Let me explain why Lohan is innocent. The store failed. Total failure on the part of the store to request payment. Failure to request payment is not theft. It's gross negligence. Due to the negligence of the store personnel, Lohan was charged with theft. How you gonna pay for it? Cash? Credit? Should be billing.
So 6 years from now, you're 30 years old. Where do you see yourself?
Hopefully sitting here after I've won an
That would
Oscar.
be good, that would be good.
That would be ideal.
Okay.
Work.
You know, I really believe you. I think you're going to be
you.
great. I think you're going to turn everything around. I know this is all will be a chapter. I mean, Robert Downey Jr., God bless him, he turned around, became a huge star. And I'm sure the same is going to happen to you. So we're really pulling for
Thank
it.
you.
Lindsay, I know you've got to go. I know you've got to run. Lindsay Lohan, ladies and gentlemen.
You must leave the card and go. Go now.
Wait a minute. Dina? Is that you?
Go. Leave now.
Yeah. That's just from him throwing me. He'll deny it. He cut himself with a razor and said that if I went forward with any charges or with any press, that he cut himself actually with a razor and then tried to go to the police station, but I beat him to it.
If you could probably say one thing to Michael right now, would you want to say something to him? What would you want to say?
You know the truth, and I know the truth, and may God help you. Mr. Pastor of God and truth and all this stuff, you're a liar. You should come forward, you should admit what you did, and because I came forward with the truth, from my physical abuse, from my physical bruises and the abuse that you put me through, I'm done with you.
By any chance, are you looking for Michael Lohan?
No comment.
No comment.
I can't talk. I called before.
Okay, what's the address?
Hurry up, please.
Ma'am.
What am I doing? I'm calling the police.
We're not going to do that, Mickey Mouse. He's not Disney World, okay? So stop it. How old are you? 51 years old. Okay, I'm 52. Don't act like a child.
Drama didn't end there, with Major announcing the significance of today.
You know, it's my birthday, and
Today?
Yes, and a year ago we were worrying about Lindsay.
Lohan agreed to 4 months of residential treatment, a 29-week batterers intervention program, and probation for the next 2 years. The judge also sternly ordered no contact with Major.
Zero.
He's right here. Right here, Sark. Sit down. What's your problem today? We just jumped out of a 4-story balcony. Why are you jumping? They said you were looking. Normal people don't jump out of balconies.
So, literally hours after Michael Lohan was released from jail, he was arrested again yesterday. What happened?
There's the balcony, and I got scared. He got arrested, and he was taken out, and I can't control the media.
She called the police, said, you know, Michael keeps contacting me. I don't know what to do. Cops showed up to her apartment to interview her.
Where's David? Who are you with? I know you're with someone. He was trying to work it out. He sounded completely intoxicated.
Miss Major actually induced this whole thing to come up basically because the media is here today. And what she did initially was calling David to get, she was getting evicted from her place. She calls David, Mr. Lohan's assistant, to get money to try to help her to get another place. While she's calling him, David then calls for Mr. Lohan's phone, and then she starts making threats, I guess, and she finds out that Mr. Lohan is at the Tahitian and feels that maybe he's cheating on her. She calls the police. The police end up showing up. No threats were made at all, Your Honor.
Wait a second. Did Judge Heinrich say, Mr. Lohan, you can contact her as long as you don't make a threat?
That's not.
Was that ever ordered?
No, Your Honor. And
my
we are not
understanding that Judge Heinrich didn't even want him to, quote, dream about her.
Mr. Lohan needs to get out of jail. He's got 3 events planned in Los Angeles. One, November 1st, he's scheduled to appear for the Celebrity Rehab with Mr. Drew, or Dr. Drew. On November 2nd, his daughter Lindsay is having a court date. He needs to be there for that. And on November 5th, there's a charity boxing event that Mr. Lohan was initially going to participate in. Now, however, he's just promoting that event. So he is looking to get out of jail, and these allegations are not true.
Honestly, I'm not concerned about events.
I
just
understand.
had a juvenile next door that had homecoming tonight. And I said, consequences of actions keep you from events. Okay, so that's the least of what I'm worried about is Dr. Drew and Celebrity Rehab.
I know everyone at home is I can hear them yelling at me. Why did she stay? What's the matter with her?
I know.
You can't lay it all at Mike's feet.
Because he wouldn't.
It's a dance.
He kept
okay.
following me.
Well, it's a dance. I've seen the dance you guys do. You do it together.
If I walk out this door, they're chasing me. Are you coming? Are you coming here or am I walking out?
Michael, your heart.
You tell me right now.
Michael, your heart.
Right now, or I will be at that apartment tonight. You are killing me. You are killing me with your
Michael, your heart.
Michael, your heart. Stop it, Kate, and get here right now.
Michael, I need you to sit down. Michael, enough.
I'm not even attracted to you. You're old, you're ugly, and you're bald.
The only thing that's holding you back is the camera from beating me up. Like he did 17 times. Ready to discharge. Good. He should go to jail for all I care about.
He does not have a relationship with his daughter, Lindsay. He has tortured me, tortured Dina, tortured his other ex-fiance, and God help me if I am or am not pregnant, and that's all I'm going to say.
Well, Michael says he only hit you one time.
Right, clearly.
I had been drinking, and when I walked in the door, I met an ice tray against the side of my head, and as a reaction, yes, I did swing and I hit Dina, and I did give her a bruise. That's the only time I ever hit Dina in my life.
I think I'm kind of someone who is clearly like the world doesn't know what I've been through. But I'm certainly being scrutinized by you people. I mean, media. So.
You people?
I think women know. They don't need to always cut and bleed. But.
Women know.
It's in their heart.
Women know when they hear it, and women know authenticity when they hear it. And you're coming here flitting around and talking about this and talking about that.
Stop.
But you
I'm
don't.
not flitting around.
You have come on here and been phony and inauthentic with these deflections and dodges, and that doesn't help.
Truth will prevail.
So what does that mean? Truth will prevail.
How is your relationship with Lindsay now?
Getting a lot better. She's on a great path. I don't want to talk about my communication with her.
I keep getting this fantasy that she's going to lose a limb or something, that something awful is going to happen.
You said that before.
Yeah,
and
I just get
wondered why you said that.
I don't know why. It's just a crazy feeling I have, and I just worry about it. Do you feel like you've been a good father to her?
While I was married, I was the best father to all my kids. They call this a Brady Bunch.
Do you think Lindsay has an addiction propensity?
We all do.
Everyone, virtually everyone. It could be my friend Kim next to me. It can be any of you. It can be anyone listening to this. We all have a predisposition to some kind of addiction. I don't care if it's drinking, drugs, alcohol, sex, gambling, eating, whatever it is. Everyone's got some predisposition to some kind of addiction. You can have a mother and father that are both addicts of some kind, an alcoholic and drug addict, and you'll have 4 kids. Why is it that only 1 kid out of 4, in some cases, is an addict? I never knew that until Dr. Drew explained it to me and said, Michael, your trust issues, that with your codependency issues that you have, all came from when you were a kid and your father was, you're going to hear the scenario where my father was my football coach and he pulled the blocking dummy, and when I ran up to the dummy, sometimes he'd pull it away in front of the whole team.
Whenever there was any possibility that she might be found in violation, handcuffed in court, and taken off to jail, it was packed. Now that she's doing really well, the courtroom is half full because even though we're in court and even though there is publicity around it, it's much less because she's doing well and everybody wants to see her and others like her fail.
I also thought about you when Whitney Houston passed away, someone with so much talent. When you heard the news of her death, did any of it register on a personal level with you?
That's kind of a morbid thing to discuss.
But abuse also, I mean, in terms of substance abuse. It can rob talent.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. It's a really sad factor that can come into play in people's lives sometimes.
Courtney, do you have any words of wisdom for Demi Lovato right now?
Dealing with this, been able to forgive him for the verbal abuse in your life?
I forgave him when he started to get sick, and I knew how valuable it was to have a father in my life. And I looked back and I told him no matter what he did, I'm his son, I love him, he raised me, worked hard, you have to look even back to his childhood. Because when my father was 4 years old, he was burnt in a fire from his waist down. He had to learn to walk again. Until the time he was 7, he couldn't walk again. And all the kids made fun of him when he wore shorts and so on and so forth. And he too had to be the best.
We're entertainers and we entertain. And we certainly don't do it for press or tabloids or ridicule or, you know, Lindsay's made so many people happy with her film, and I was a dancer and I love being on stage performing, and that's what I've done, and you know, Allie's modeling now, and we just love what we do.
It seems like in this country people love to make stars. And in some ways they like to sit back with fascination as stars crash to earth.
Right.
But I think Americans also like a story of redemption. Do you feel that there's a story of redemption in your future?
I personally believe that there is, yes.
I am glad to be at Disney World. The Magic Kingdom. This is outstanding. I am excited to see Mickey. It's always nice to meet a world leader who has bigger ears than me. These are extraordinary times for our country. If we fail to turn the page on the approach that was taken over the past several years, we will make more mistakes.
Take all the shine out
Lindsay Lohan is back. You love The Real Housewives of Atlanta and The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. This spring, the drama is getting even more animated. It's The Real Housewives of Disney.
I'm out of the tower and into the spotlight.
Lindsay Lohan is back.
So normal.
Good to see you.
Back, sure. Like, you're such a sweetheart. Like, you don't even know.
I think it was Lohan, but I think it's not Lohan. I think America made it Lohan.
Yeah.
So you kind of are what everyone say you are. So it's Lohan, but it's Lohan.
Lohan.
It was always Lohan in Mean Girls times.
What did you say?
I said, what's it called?
Liz and Dick.
Liz and Dick.
Yeah.
I went to France with her.
Well, that's a little different.
And we
What
got
were you
off-
doing in France with Elizabeth Taylor?
Oh, I was with
today?
my wife and Elizabeth Taylor. You think you know paparazzi? We could not see. It was like,
Have you given up your life a crime?
You don't need to come to court anymore. The DUI case is now over for you. The necklace case will be hanging over your head.
I just want to say thank you, Nana, for being fair. It's really opened a lot of doors for me, so I really appreciate it.
Okay. You're on a tight leash. You're not going to be on that leash anymore. The leash you're going to be on is going to be self-imposed. Okay? And you know what you have to do. So, is there anything else? Nothing?
Good luck.
Goodbye and good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, I think these prosecutors wish you good luck also.
Lindsay! It's just been a tremendous weight that I feel like has been lifted off my shoulders, and I feel really grateful and just happy and ready to move forward. It's been several years, so I think that I became more of a celebrity, and I'd rather kind of bring the focus back to what it is that I started in this business for, which is acting.
It's been hard, but we're going to be okay. We're like the little engine that could. I said I'm not going to read Cinderella to my grandchildren when I have them one day. I'm going to read The Little Train That Could, because you have to keep moving forward.
Lindsay, a big smile, bitch.
I have a movie coming out called The Canyons, so I'm going to put my all into it.
I predict a happy ending for all of us in the world. You know, I guess I am a really big optimist.
Let's say we sit down at 30, okay? What's going to be going on in your life?
Hopefully I'll have just come from the Oscars this past weekend.
Lindsay, thank you, my friend. Good luck to you.
Thank you, guys. Bye.